Hi, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Wheelchair Adventures. We've started recording our videos again, and we've been to so many places and done so many things that we were thinking, where do we begin? Where? And we got a shout out from our friend Sydney.
Yeah.
And so we decided to talk about
Fiji.
And we are wearing our Fiji shirts, our
Yeah.
Billabong Fiji shirts.
I can't do it.
Maddie's got one on as well.
Yeah.
So let me put it down a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
So you can see a little bit, but we have matching Fiji Billabong shirts. Fiji. Okay, so we went to Fiji. It's always been my dream to go to Fiji, right?
Yeah.
Tahiti, Fiji.
I love snorkeling there. That was fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we were on a cruise, and we left Australia, Sydney, and we were sailing back to the U.S., and we stopped in several places. Fiji was one of them. We'll talk about the other ones later. Yeah. But our first stop was Latoka, which is on the west side of Fiji, I believe. And I had found a tour guide on Tours by Locals, Sydney James, who was amazing. Hi,
Yeah.
Sydney. Oh,
Hi,
Bula.
Sydney. Bula.
Bula means welcome, hello,
Bula.
good health, all of those things. So he had reached out to us on our last video that said we were coming back.
Yeah.
And so we said, let's start in Fiji. Fiji
Yeah.
was such a fun time.
Yes, it was.
So we stopped in Latoka, and like I said, I used Tours by Locals, Sydney, and Sydney James, he picked us up from the ship and transported us in a van.
Yeah.
Again, I can transfer Maddie into the van.
And I was in the back seat, I remember.
Right, you were,
Yeah.
you were sitting in the back.
Yeah.
And transported us to where a boat was waiting for us.
Yeah.
And again, didn't have to do much. They took care of everything.
Yeah, they did amazing.
Getting Maddie in the
They did
boat.
amazing.
It was a private boat tour. It was called a private boat island hopping and lunch at Castaway Island. And we'll get to Castaway Island because that was so cool.
Yes, it was.
So we got on the boat. It was probably I don't know how many people would have fit on there.
I
8?
don't know.
He has different sized boats for different numbers of people.
We only had like...
Well, there were only 4 of us.
Yeah.
But it could have accommodated a lot more people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had asked for him and paid for him to bring other people to help.
Yeah.
Because again, I am not a good swimmer, and we need someone to go out with Maddie.
Yep.
And keep an eye on me for safety.
Yeah.
So they got Maddie on the boat in her wheelchair, and off we went. We stopped several places. One was the Manna Island Sandbar, but we didn't get to go out because it was really, the water was kind of choppy. But it was a beautiful, beautiful sandbar in the middle.
Oh yeah,
that
day was really bad because he kind of didn't feel good. That's
he's kind of seasick.
Yes.
Yeah, my husband. Maddie and I always take Dramamine.
Yep.
When we're going.
That's the first rule. Well, not a rule.
Well,
but like when going cruising, it's important.
When we go on the cruise, we do the first day or 2.
Like when you don't, just so you don't feel good.
Right, but if you take it too much, as we found out, you're falling asleep at the table. And
don't do that.
It's not pretty.
Only like day 1, and then you're fine.
Yeah, but if we're going out on a boat or in a helicopter or something like that, we'll take an extra one.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's my husband didn't feel well, so he didn't get out of the boat. And then we snorkeled a couple places. One was Honeymoon Island. Do you remember that? It was an island, but it was near a resort that caters to people that are on their honeymoon.
Was that the place where I saw?
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw a awesome jellyfish. It was going like this, like the body was going, and then you saw the tentacles.
You just saw one? Just one? Was it big? How big? Like the size of your head? Like this big?
Yeah, it was
Pretty big? It wasn't a baby?
No, it was like medium size-ish.
Yeah.
Like this size, yeah, it was moving around. Like you could see the head and the tentacles.
I didn't see him.
Going this way.
I think you stayed out longer because the thing about having people take Maddie out is she needs someone to pull her along, and we'll show some pictures. But and we have a video of how she snorkels. It's a full face mask, and she does have, since we went to Australia and snorkeled in the Great Barrier Reef, she has a lycra suit,
Which basically is an awesome suit. It's for protecting yourself from jellyfish.
Good thing.
It protects you from jellyfish stings.
Right, but it's also.
But it's pretty cool. Like it's.
But we also use it for your sun protection.
Yes.
Yeah, because she can't. The girl loves sun, but
I
she
do.
can't be out in it.
But my skin doesn't like it. So.
Yeah. So she had on her lycra suit.
Yeah.
And like I said, someone needs to pull her along because she can't swim. She's basically floating, and they're pulling her along.
Yeah.
And I'm not a good swimmer. I don't feel comfortable. I have my own floaties. I can't pull her along and do everything. But anyway, so Sydney was wonderful. He took her out. He had so much fun. He said we snorkeled in a couple places. I don't remember the other place that we snorkeled.
I would definitely go snorkeling again.
I would go back to Fiji. Fiji is beautiful.
I love snorkeling.
Yeah, we love snorkeling. Like I said, it's just easier when we have help.
Yeah.
And they were, the whole, Sydney and his team were amazing. So, we went to lunch at Castaway Island.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's a resort that you can go and stay at. It's called Castaway Island Resort. And at first I thought, how are we going to do this?
No, it was good.
Yeah. So we pulled up to where, I don't know how, I guess people just get off in the water. I didn't see a dock. Did you or anything?
No.
So
they just lifted me off.
Right. So the boat stopped in about probably this much water. Maybe more. Maybe more because the boat had to have clearance. And two men from the resort came out. Yeah. And it was no big deal. They just
lifted me.
Right, but they took your wheelchair. We sat you on the bench.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
They took her wheelchair, put it up on the shore. Mm-hmm. And then they came and I don't quite remember, maybe Hank has a video of it. Like maybe he took them. We'll have to ask him. And we'll put it on if he did, in fact. But they just lifted her out, took her to shore, put her in her wheelchair. Mm-hmm. We had a wonderful lunch at a beautiful restaurant right on the water.
Yeah.
Then
I forgot what I ate.
I was just thinking the same thing. What do we eat? Do we have fish? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was good.
Yeah.
And I think your aunt did a little bit of shopping.
Yeah.
And it was just a wonderful resort. On an island in the middle of Fiji.
Yep. Fiji is great.
Yep. So then after lunch, got her back on the boat, just lifted her up, put her on the seat in the boat, brought her wheelchair over, got her back in her wheelchair, and off we went.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, right? Yeah. It was such a fun day. And they brought us back and got us back to the ship, and Tours by Locals is really good.
We've met some great people.
Mm-hmm. But they also have a guarantee that they will get you back to the ship on time. And if they don't, we've never had, knock on wood,
Don't even.
never had to try it out, but they guarantee that you'll get back to the ship or they will get you to the next port. So, Tours by Locals, Sydney James, the private boat, island hopping, and lunch at Castaway Island.
Yeah.
I would definitely go back to Fiji.
Yes.
It was beautiful. The water was beautiful.
And hopefully I can see more jellyfishies.
Yes. But I don't know. Do you really want to see jellyfishes?
Well,
we see them in the aquarium. And,
that really was a cool experience. But at least I had my Lycra suit. But it was neat because
and tons of fish, beautiful, beautiful colored fish.
I still remember when I was swimming. The head was all like this. And, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. So then that was that day because we were out 6 or 7 hours, and by the time we got back to the ship, we were heading off and we were exhausted. So then our second stop in Fiji was in Suva, and when I was looking at again Tours by Locals, I was looking through I tend to look at the itinerary and then I'll read the reviews. Yeah. And I read a review of a tour that went to an orphanage in Suva. So I thought that would really be a cool experience.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, we always try to make things a little better for people.
Yeah.
So I contacted the guide and she said, sure, we can go to the orphanage. And I looked it up on YouTube. They have a video about it's St. Christopher's Home.
Oh, yeah.
And it's outside of Suva.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a pretty old orphanage. It's been there since 1968. And the sister Kalo, she runs it.
Her name is Kayla?
Kalo, sister.
Yeah.
That's what it says on the video. I don't remember when we met her. We met her, but I can't even remember names of her. Really bad. But that's what it says on the St. Christopher's Home video. Mm-hmm. And she's been there for a long time. So our guide, our Tours by Locals guide, picked us up at the ship. We drove over there, got a tour of the city on our way.
Yeah, but in the meantime, way before that, we had gotten lots of toys and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Before we even started the trip. I mean, yeah, we had gotten lots of toys for the kids.
Right. Well, not only toys, but
books.
Right.
Everything.
Education is a big thing with
like pencils and pens and all that.
Workbooks and
all that good stuff.
Flashcards and if you look at the video on YouTube, St. Christopher's Home, they talk about how important education is.
Yeah.
So yes, we had a whole suitcase full.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
And then your aunt
toys.
had a whole suitcase full.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we had a lot of stuff. And then we had bought like balls and such in Australia because it was just too hard to carry them.
It was too hard to carry them.
Yeah, because we had spent time in Australia before we got on the ship. Mm-hmm. So we had a lot of stuff. Bags and bags and bags. So we loaded that all in the car and off we went. Mm-hmm. And all of the kids, because it was a weekday, they were at school. So we got to see... There was a little boy who was up in his room. He was sick that day, and then we could just see him in the window. And then there was
another little boy who had special needs.
Right. Yeah. So there's also a baby section for babies, and we got to look through the window and see them. And they couldn't get close because of COVID and the protocols. But we did get to see the St. Christopher's runs a kindergarten for the town.
Yeah.
And all the town's kids come to their kindergarten.
Yeah.
And we did get to see one little boy that was at
Yeah.
St. Christopher's. He was the only one that was in kindergarten. Wonderful, wonderful place. They just built, they got enough money. Well, I don't know what they have paid it off, but a beautiful building that was for the older boys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Because before, boys that were 12 had to go across the island to another orphanage.
For maturity reasons.
Well, yes, as they became teenagers, mixing, yeah. Anyway, they have a new building, and it is very, very nice, and it's for the older, 12 and older boys. But it's for, and they say it's a home for children who are abandoned, neglected, or orphaned, as well as unmarried expectant mothers. So it was really, really
Wait,
nice.
so moms stay there too?
Expectant mothers. Unmarried expectant mothers.
Oh, so they
Teenagers who are pregnant.
I didn't know. Oh. Okay, I was like,
Yeah, because it's not looked upon kindly, I guess. I don't know. But it was it's a really good organization.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we hope they enjoyed. We brought toys, we brought educational stuff, we bought some clothes.
Yeah.
Whole variety of things. Because they go from newborns till 18. So anyway, and then we went, after we went to the orphanage, we went back to shop, and that's where we got our Fiji.
Yes.
In a nice shopping mall in Suva.
I wish I could show my shirt better, but
That's okay. It's the same thing as mine, except it's white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fiji is amazing. It's accessible to a point. I mean, if you have to be careful of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And get people that'll help you. But they are so willing to help you. Mm-hmm. So it was a great experience. Great. And would you go back?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if anybody goes, let us know if you see more jellyfishies.
Probably the same one you saw.
But that really was a cool experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I really liked seeing them in the aquarium, but seeing them out in the wild.
I've not seen one, so you're lucky.
And I loved snorkeling there. There was a ton of fish. Mm-hmm. There was just a lot of stuff to see. It was great.
We saw a turtle, but it was from the boat.
Oh yes,
remember
yes.
the big turtle?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. It was beautiful. The water is just beautiful.
Mhm. We gotta go back.
Go back. Yeah. Okay, so that is our talk on Fiji. We will be back with more. We have lots more to share. It's just remembering all we've done.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, have a great day. If you like what we're doing, subscribe. And we will talk with you again. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Wheelchair Adventures.
Bye.